Hi there, I'm Vincent Boss and I provide dating and self-improvement advice. And in today's podcast, we're going to be discussing Get Your Ex Back, 3 easy steps to grow dumper attraction. I provide audio and email coaching to help people try and get their ex back or get a new girlfriend or boyfriend. Check out my website for more details. www.dateme.tips. Please check your spam and junk folders if you are expecting an email from me. So now let's get back into today's podcast, and today we are discussing Get Your Ex Back, 3 easy steps to grow dumper attraction. So if you have been dumped and want to try to get your ex back, it's likely you would love to know an easy plan of how to try and regrow attraction in your ex's mind. There is no 100% guaranteed way to get your ex back, but you can grow attraction. When you were dumped, your ex felt a very low level of romantic emotional attraction for you. In today's podcast, I'm going to describe a simple 3-point plan of how to try and grow attraction in your ex's mind. Whether you can grow enough attraction will depend on how low the level has dropped based on your relationship, breakup, and aftermath. There are many key elements of trying to grow romantic emotional attraction, and a fully rounded plan will likely be needed. However, in today's podcast, I'm going to be focusing on 3 simple steps that can be followed to improve your chances of success. So let's get straight into this, and point number 1 is to implement my version of the no contact rule. So if you aren't aware of what the no contact rule is, the no contact rule is something that lots of people suggest you implement if you have been dumped and want to try to get your ex back. However, there are many different versions of a no contact rule that you can find online, and I believe that my version will give you the best possible chance of success. I suggest that you subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring the bell for notifications so you are notified of my future uploads. Once you have done this, please check out on my YouTube channel the No Contact Rule playlist. It's very clearly named, so when you click on the playlist option, you can find the No Contact Rule playlist. Once you click on this, I suggest you listen to the whole playlist through, starting from the very first podcast. This will enable you to fully immerse yourself in my version of a no contact rule and why I believe that my version will give you the best possible chance of success. This is the most crucial rule for you to implement first of all, because if you don't implement my version of a no contact rule, if you don't implement it in its full and proper concept, then you will increase the chance of you making a mistake. And if you make a mistake, instead of growing romantic emotional attraction, you will be losing further romantic emotional attraction. You will actually be degrading the possibility of you one day getting your ex back. Because if you do the wrong things, if you make the wrong choices, if you take a chance and make a mistake, then unfortunately, you might not get that second opportunity of reconnecting with your ex. Often, you only get one chance of a second chance when you reconnect with somebody, and every time you have a breakup with someone, it becomes harder to reconnect once more, because subconsciously in both of your minds, there is the feeling that this isn't working, and is there any point of trying again? So you don't want to be making mistakes. So the first important part is to implement my version of a no contact rule, because when you do this, you will stop yourself from making further errors, and you will stop yourself from digging the hole, so to speak. You will stop yourself from making things even worse. So first of all, step number 1, implement my version of a no contact rule. So now let's get into point number 2 and the second point of today's podcast, of where I'm giving you 3 simple steps of how you can grow attraction in your dumper. And point number 2 is increase your exercise. Now, physical attraction is something that everyone can improve. And it's so important when you're trying to get your ex back. You need to be a better person in every single way than your ex remembered. And crucially, that includes being more physically attractive. The easiest way to improve your physical attraction is to improve your health and fitness by using simple exercise techniques. Going on walks, doing sit-ups, and using an exercise bike are fantastic, easy ways to get fitter. The byproduct of increased fitness is improved physical attraction. I ride an exercise bike every single day. It's so important that you keep this type of regime throughout your life, wherever you are on your journey. Riding an exercise bike is brilliant because of course you can place it within your house, they don't take much space, and you can jump on it whenever you get opportunity. That is what makes it different. That is what makes it different from going on a walk, doing sit-ups, anything like that. Because if you have an exercise bike, this is something that you can just do as you're passing by, moving on with your day. I ride on the exercise bike daily and I use it for short bursts during my day. So for instance, if I'm walking by it and I want to be doing something in another room, I might just think, you know what, I'm just going to jump on here for a few minutes. Maybe you can have it strategically placed so that you know you will have to walk by it to do a certain thing in a different room. When you do this, you can jump on for a few minutes. Or maybe you want to set something going. Maybe you're waiting for something to happen. Maybe you're waiting for a phone call. Maybe you're waiting for your favourite TV show. Whatever it is, use the exercise bike as an opportunity to cycle rather than just to sit around doing nothing. Additionally, you could have the exercise bike in your living room or a room where you have a television, and you could be cycling whilst you watch your favourite TV show instead of sitting. As you can see, an exercise bike is fantastic at fitting in with your day. I suggest other things as you know, such as going on walks, doing sit-ups, doing press-ups, all of those types of things. But the difference is that is unlikely to fit in within your day like an exercise bike can. As I said, I use my exercise bike daily. I use it whenever I get a few minutes, and therefore you can always increase your fitness throughout your day, replacing doing nothing for a few minutes by doing something productive. So now let's move into point number 3 and the final point of today's podcast, where I'm giving you 3 simple steps of how you can grow attraction in your dumper's mind. And point number 3 is post photos online. So if you are implementing my version of a no contact rule in point number 1, you will be growing romantic emotional attraction in your ex's mind. Every single day you move forward, you will be growing that level slowly but surely. In point number 2, I suggested you increase your exercise because when you do this, you will naturally be becoming healthier and fitter, and the byproduct of this is becoming more physically attractive. So when you increase your exercise, you are becoming more physically attractive, and you will often notice the results once you've done this for 3 or 4 weeks. If you do this regularly, every single day is ideal, but if you maybe even just do it a few times a week, as long as you are consistent, then if you do this for 3 or 4 weeks, you will start to notice the difference. You might see some weight loss, you might see some toning. Whatever you will see, if you do this consistently, it will be positive. It will be positive results. You will feel great and you will look better. And this ties in with point number 3 for posting new photos. You want to post photos online because even if you aren't connected with your ex right now on social media, trust me, exes always find out. Whether it's friends of friends, whether it's your ex being nosy, whether it's them being curious, trust me, the vast majority of exes will find out anything you post online, even if they aren't connected with you right now. If they are connected with you, then that's even better, because of course when you post a photo, they will be notified. The important thing is that when you post your photos online, you don't want to make it obvious that they are aimed for your ex. Make sure they are for you. If they are for you, then they will be more genuine, they will be more natural. Post maybe 1-2 photos a week. It all depends on how you use social media. If you don't often post anything, then just post 1 post a week. 1 photo a week will be fine. If you're somebody who posts every single day, then maybe you could post a couple of photos online. You just don't want to make it obvious that you've changed your regime of how you post your social media just because you've gone through a breakup. Of course, you can change things subtly, but don't make it really obvious that this is aimed at your ex. Post photos which are flattering of you. Make sure somebody else takes them, because posting a selfie is not often the best angle to take. Maybe you could get away with doing it in a mirror, but ideally somebody else will take the photo and you will be looking natural. So whether you are out and about, whether you are exercising, whatever you want to do, make sure it is a natural photo that just doesn't look obvious. If you post your first photo in this way after 3 or 4 weeks of exercise, it will be much more noticeable than if you post photos straight away. So my suggestion is don't post any photos of yourself from now on until you've done 3 or 4 weeks of exercise. Then the effect will be more impressive and more noticeable. As I've said, your ex will likely see this whether you are connected or not. Friends of friends, or maybe they're just secretly checking your profile. Whatever it is, trust me, they will most likely see. If you do all of these steps, if you use my version of a no contact rule, if you go through an exercise regime which is positive, progressive, and more importantly, consistent, and if you then post photos online of your improvements in a very natural way which isn't too obvious, then you will be increasing the level of romantic emotional attraction that your ex feels for you if and when they see these photos. Even if they don't see the photos, then the very virtue of using my version of a no contact rule will grow romantic emotional attraction in a natural, steady and slow way. So if you follow these simple 3 steps, you will increase the possibility of you one day getting your ex back. As I said at the start of today's podcast, you might need a fuller rounded action plan to find the success you desire. And unfortunately, there is no 100% guaranteed way to get your ex back. Please check out my website, www.dateme.tips, for more details of all of the services I provide. If you believe that this podcast has helped you, then please consider buying me a coffee. The link to do so is in the description.
Yeah, if you miss your ex, we can help with that. Help you get him back, or we can help find you someone else. Yeah, Vincent Bo, the relationship coach, giving you some insight, bringing you a new approach. DateMe.tips, go and check the site, giving you advice, helping with your love life. Get your ex back, or move to the next. Ain't no sweat, you know Vincent Bo got you. Finding love ain't no problem. Yeah, DateMe.tips, check it out now.